welcome, Pia.
Hi, welcome.
Again with beautiful energies to the podcast.
Thank you. Trying.
Yes. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm having this very sweet tea, so it makes me happy.
Yeah, it's delicious, this tea.
Yeah, it's Süßholz.
Süßholz. It means sweet wood.
Good. Yeah,
That's what it
exactly. You
means.
speak German, actually?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
So why is the podcast in English?
Well, first of all, I would say German is not the most pleasant language to communicate in.
Very true. Very true.
At least for me.
No, it's true. Yeah.
And I think also for other people, they might rather hear it in English.
Yeah.
But soon, AI is coming, so I might be able to translate the podcast into German.
Okay.
And into any other language. I can do it in Spanish. I think it's already exists. You know some stuff about AI?
No.
No, nothing? You did not hear about it at all?
No, I don't think so.
It's when computer does everything for you. So
Oh, that you mean? Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artificial
Wow, now everyone thinks
intelligence.
I'm stupid. Great.
It can write your music, basically.
Yeah. Wait, but do you also speak Spanish? Like, you know how to speak Spanish?
No.
No, okay. I do. I can translate.
Yeah, you speak Spanish?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
How many languages do you speak?
German, English, Spanish, and I used to know French, but it's gone. Like,
You
I
need to
think-
practice.
Yeah, my brain is too small for 4 languages. So when I learned Spanish, it just disappeared.
You learned in school?
No, I learned French in school, and then I went to South America and I traveled and I learned Spanish. And in the beginning, I was always talking French. And then at some point, I was like, no, this is not working. So
With Spanish people?
yeah.
Yeah, they kind of understand.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, some things, like they just looked at me so confused, and I didn't want to do this. And then I started switching and I started speaking Spanish and learning Spanish, and then French was gone.
Funny.
Yeah.
So no more French.
No,
I
unfortunately.
love French. It's
Same.
it's a very beautiful language, French.
Everyone does. I mean,
I used not to like it so much, but then I met some Frenchy people and I realized how crazy they are. So I think I connected the craziness and the beautiful experiences that I had with them to the language.
yeah, they are crazy.
But this language, it doesn't sound like anything. It's just a
No?
language by its own, right?
No, it's beautiful. I think.
It is, but what does it sound like?
Cute. It sounds very cute, I think.
All right.
It has like this, it's like a river, it flows and it's like, it has like this cute, I can't do it, like I feel every language has a specific sound, and French has this like fluent, beautiful river sound, and German is just like harsh.
Deutschland.
Deutschland. Look, that's where it starts.
But if you take German, you can go for, if you go for the neighbors, like Netherlands, the language is
worse.
similar.
Even worse.
It sounds like funky German for me.
Really?
Yes,
For me, it sounds worse because it's even harsher.
it's really harsh.
It's like,
It's really funk.
you know.
It's funky as fuck.
Yeah, but their English is so good. Like Dutch people speak.
Yes. Also, if you go to Denmark, there is some similarities.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Because I've been recently and I was like, this sounds so weird to me. Like, I don't want to be mean, but it just.
Can you
sounded-
understand a little bit?
No, very little. Very little. Like Dutch, I understand a lot, obviously. But, Danish, it's really, to me, it's completely different.
Yeah, reading it's more easier for me to understand when they speak. When they speak, it's very, very harsh, the way they speak.
You mean Dutch?
No
Or-
Dutch, Danish.
Danish?
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know. It's hard to describe this language to
It's
me.
like they're lazy. They
Yeah?
don't want to say any vowels.
I don't know. I remember one time I was traveling and I was in a car with like a few Danish guys, and they were listening to Danish rap, and it's so funny to me. Like, I don't know. I didn't understand a word. I was just laughing the whole time. They were like, "It's cool, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's cool."
It happens to me when I was in a bar in Netherlands and
Uh-huh.
someone was playing like a songwriter singer. It was playing a songwriter singer style guitar,
Yeah.
and he was singing the same with his voice, but in Dutch. So it was so weird. I felt like I'm in an episode of Rick and Morty, and I'm watching this alien TV, and there is some weird alien from a different dimension who
Yeah.
sings music for me now.
I don't know. Yeah, Dutch music. I don't know. Do have you listened to German music?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think about it?
It depends which. There are
Yeah.
some really good German music.
Agree. But there's also some really shitty. Like-
Yeah, for sure. This is everywhere.
Yeah, but I feel like, I feel like especially for singer-songwriter German things, I do like it in a way because you can make it sound less harsh and sweeter. But for rap, for example, I don't know. There's a specific rap where it works for me, and then sometimes it just sounds weird. Like,
I think most of the rap in German it's Bruder rap.
yeah, gangster rap.
Yeah, Bruder.
Yeah.
But there is this guy Casper, is it his name? The
Yeah, I
rapper?
love him.
Yeah,
Casper.
so
Yeah.
he's really good.
Same, I agree. Yeah. I
He's
love that you know him.
he's really famous, right?
I mean, yeah, but I think recently there's a lot of new rappers like Capital Bra and all that stuff, like Bruder rappers. So everyone
say
is,
this
they're
Bruder
very
rap.
famous now. So
Mm.
Casper is more like he's been there a long time. But I love Casper.
I know also Laffy. You know the singer
Yeah,
Laffy?
yeah.
How is he?
Laffy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is he considered in Germany? Is
Wait,
she
do you mean Laffy? Like,
the blonde girl with the tattoo here, right?
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I did not like her.
Yeah? What did you
But
think
that's
about her?
like years ago.
Yeah,
She was famous when I
she's
was like 16 or 14.
like 10 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Could be.
Because I remember she had this song where she sings like, I wish you pimples in your face and like, you can cry, like in English. So she had like very like in your face songs,
Yeah, I remember one of her songs, Beweg dein Arsch, baby, come here to me.
That's how you learn German.
Yes, it started with Rammstein. Rammstein were the,
yeah.
how do you call it?
The riff?
No, when someone is representing a country, but political, what's the name of it? It doesn't matter.
In general? Or like in a show? Or
Well, in general.
representing a country?
Yeah,
Ambassador?
ambassador, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Ah.
Yeah, so they're the ambassadors of the German language, Rammstein.
Yeah, not my music, but they are. Like, no matter where you go, they know. Everyone knows them.
Yeah, they're really good.
You probably like, that's probably your genre, right?
Also, I like everything.
Everything?
As long as it's good, yeah.
I find it funny people always say that, and I don't think
And
it's
it's
true.
not everything.
No, you
Yeah.
don't like everything, I'm sure.
Try.
Do you like K-pop?
I did not went deep into K-pop, but I'm pretty sure if there is good artists, I would appreciate them.
Yeah?
Are you into K-pop?
No.
But what is K-pop? It's just pop with Korean people, no? What's
yeah,
the difference?
but it's, I mean, watch some videos.
Yeah, they move differently? What are they doing?
Yeah, it's like, it's just like a genre that, I don't know, it's I don't want to say anything bad. Like, for me, there's like, good pop and then there's trash pop.
Mhm.
So for me, that is kind of going on the dark side of pop.
Yeah, there is very dark stuff about the K-pop, about the artists themselves.
Also,
Yes.
or I don't know. I mean, yeah, it depends. It's a big genre, like huge, right? But do you like, for example, Bollywood?
Yeah, they have crazy stuff in Bollywood. I don't know anyone specifically, but sometimes I hear some music from there, and they have really insane.
Would you
things.
listen to it, like when you go to the bus? And you're like,
Yeah, why not? There is a very good sitar player. Her name is Anushka
Mhm.
Shankar. Do you know?
I
her?
love sitar. No, I don't know her, but I love the instrument.
She is really, really good, and it's really fun for me to listen to her.
Okay.
She got this music. When I'm listening to her, I feel I become smarter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this
You
kind
feel
of
like you
music.
get more intelligent. Okay.
Yeah, something is going on.
That's when something is really good. I
yes.
feel like. Yeah.
It's complex that I don't understand this, but with time I start to understand it more and more.
Uh-huh.
And then some new paths I go in my head and
But
things
do
are
you have
created.
that you, because a lot of musicians, I feel like they cannot really listen to music like simple anymore. They always think about the musical language and like what kind of chords and like what chord progressions and where does the melody line go and stuff like that. Do you have that?
Yeah, I do have this. It doesn't feel like that like with music. I don't really judge it by how the melody
Okay.
and how everything. If I judge it, it will be more like how the production is and if it sounds good or
It's a
not.
producer thing. Yeah.
It's not producer thing. It's more like if it's easy for me to listen to that. Basically, what I want, ideally, I want to just lay back and enjoy the music. I don't want to
Yeah.
think about anything. I don't
'Cause
want to
there's
be bothered by
nothing.
anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes there are some songs that it just bothers me that it sounds like shit. and the song might be really good, but it's not so pleasant for me to listen to that. And then I need to make effort to imagine what it would be like if it would be recorded in good conditions.
Yeah.
But I love when it just takes me some places, and
it's the best. Yeah. That's always a good sign, because I feel like when I have a new release and I let people master it, and then I listen to the master and I feel like my thoughts are drifting away, then I know it's a good sign, because nothing bothers me. If I like, I don't know, the guitar is too loud, or I don't like how my voice sounds here, like it's too, I don't know, edgy or whatever, then I cannot really drive away with my thoughts. But when I'm like listening to it and I'm gone, I know it's good.
Yeah, it's like some kind of energetic wave that comes to you, and when it's done properly, then it just takes you, and it brings you the experience as a listener.
Yeah.
That's what I aim for, also with my music, and also when I'm listening to something.
Yeah. That's ideal.
How many releases do you have?
All in all, I think it's 12.
12 releases. We talk about singles?
Yeah. I mean, no, I released one EP. Like like I did something very smart, Normally you're supposed to drop a lot of singles, right? And then an album or something, or EP.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped an EP.
And then you released the singles.
I mean, I released, I think, 2 singles before, just because I had to, like maybe a few weeks before. But I got into this mental rush when I turned 25, that I was like, I need to release an album right before I turn 25, so I have like reached something in my life. Like total bullshit, but yeah. So I released the album in August. No, I released the album in December, and in September I turned 25. So I released my first single in August, and then a few months after the EP. Well, album. I mean, it was more an EP.
What is it called?
Piano Ballads.
Piano Ballads?
Piano Ballads.
Piano Ballads.
Yeah, it was basically all ballads, all piano ballads. Because it was during COVID and...
A Piano Ballads.
No, just piano ballads.
Piano Ballads.
Like EP Piano Ballads.
Damn, I heard something else. I heard Happy Ano...
No, it's not happy.
What's going on here? And then Piano Ballads. I think I got the wrong information.
No. It's definitely not a happy EP. No. Because I don't know, like piano is kind of a deep instrument for me anyways. So the way how I play it, I don't play it like happy, clappy pianos. So it was more like a deep kind of EP, I would say.
Piano Ballads.
Yeah. Like ballads.
Cool. And how did you make the album? How did you start it actually with music? Where did it cut you in life?
Wow, that's a long story. I played the piano. I started playing the piano when I was very young, like 5 or 6. And it was just kind of a thing. My parents really wanted me to play. And my sister would play, and my mom played. So the piano was in the living room. So I liked doing that. I really didn't like my teacher. I was such a bad kid, like whenever I had to practice and like during the lesson, I was very rude to her. Feel bad now, You
did not do your homework?
No, never.
And then she asked you, what did you do? And you said, oh, fuck you, teacher, leave me alone. I hate you.
No, literally, I think even back then, I always wanted to do my own thing. I didn't want to play the classical pieces. So I would start with Mozart and Bach and those kind of things, right? Like classical piano. And I just wouldn't practice. And then instead of this, I would show her like, look what I made up. And I would just go like, Droom! And I was like, this is the commercial. And then the piece starts. And she was like, okay.
The commercial? You composed the commercial?
That's how I called it. I was like, this is the before playing. Like.
Oh, this is creative stuff.
I don't know if it sounded great though.
How old did you say were you?
Huh?
How old were you?
I started with like 5, 6, and I did it until I was 12. And then I really didn't want it anymore because the teacher and me, we just wouldn't get along. And I was obviously not practicing what she told me to practice. So I stopped. And then my mom was like, she really wanted me to play. And I'm really glad actually now that she kind of forced me, because now I'm happy, you know. But she was like, Pia, you need to play an instrument. Come on. And I was like, no, I don't want to. And then one year I didn't do. And then I tried to play some other instruments, which was a total disaster. Like, tried to play the violin, and it was just not a good idea. And I even tried playing the harp. I remember.
Oh, this is cool instrument.
I was like, I love this instrument, but then I was just
so
thinking,
royal.
yeah, it's like, wow, so peaceful, but it's just so heavy, you know, and like
You cannot take it with you to
yeah,
jam sessions.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, this is really cool, but I don't think it's worth it, you know. And it was also,
Is it like piano? You have all the notes, or do you have scales?
you
there?
have notes, yeah.
Everything.
I mean, when
all
I
the
just had
chromatic-
one lesson, and we didn't play notes. She
Yeah.
basically just showed me the instrument and showed me how it works, and it was, you know, so big and like intimidating, and I was still kind of a kid, so I still don't really know how they play, but I just had one lesson, so
It's a crazy instrument.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, anyways, then I went back to piano. I changed the teacher. I started playing like film music, like Pirates of Caribbean stuff and Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that's also a classical. The Pirates
Yeah.
of Caribbean. Everyone knows how to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Or Forrest Gump, or like Amelie. You know Amelie for sure.
Amelie, it's the French.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I remember this.
Everyone knows it. So yeah, I played that, and with singing, I was always very like private about it. I wouldn't sing in front of people, so I would always sing in my room. And when someone would come in, I would stop and be like, "I'm singing. Can you leave?" And then when I was like, I don't know, 16, like even I had this game that I was like just pretending that I can't sing. And in front of other people, I would just always sing super out of tune and stuff, like on purpose. It was like stupid.
In front of people.
Yeah, like when we would all sing together, you know, like I would just sing terribly, but on purpose.
What made you do that?
I don't know. I guess insecurity. I don't know.
You thought if you will show them that you're good, you'll get some attention.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't want it back then.
I can understand this.
Yeah.
I can relate to it also.
Thanks. No, because now it's super weird, but I just couldn't handle it. And at some point, I remember I started singing in front of two friends, and then they were like, "Wait, can you sing that again?" And so I did that more, and I got good feedback. And then I sang more also in front of my family, and yeah, and then I started taking singing lessons, like for 1-2 years. And I mean, I always knew I wanted to do music. I always knew that. Even when I didn't sing in front of people, I knew that I wanted to do that.
When you made a commercial on the piano.
Yeah.
For sure. If you're creative about it in such an early age, this is where you need to be.
That's where you need to be. I mean, honestly, I feel like now, for the time I play piano, I still don't play good for like the duration of time I played. But I developed in singing, so that's good.
Balancing.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's how I started. And then at some point I decided to study music, and that is when I went to Tel Aviv, and I studied there 1 year in a jazz school.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that was the moment when you decided that that's it. I want to go full-time music. I go all in.
I think it was a little bit before that. Like because I always wanted to do it, but I didn't know how. You know, like I wanted to be a musician, but I didn't really have a lot of people pushing me a lot. You know, it was just not a thing to do. Where I grew up, it's like, you know, you have your job and you study and have an income and stuff. Like, of course, people told me like, oh, you can be a music teacher, but I didn't want to be a music teacher. Like, I wanted to do music, you know?
I want to be on stage.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, create and stuff. And so I didn't know how, and I traveled a lot and I worked a lot like abroad, because I also did like social work, like I learned being a social worker kind of, just to have a stable income when I want to do music. And so I always tried to do music whenever I did something with social work. Like I tried to do both, what I'm still doing now actually. Like I'm still doing both, you know. But yeah, like sometime before 2018, I was like, okay, I really want to study music. I really want to do this. So, yeah.
Cool. And here you are now that you released an EP and more singles, which are not from the EP, right?
No, yeah. Like the EP is already 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you used the name L.A. Ronny.
No.
Was it Ronny
La
L.A.?
Roni.
La Ronny. Ah.
LA.
La Ronny.
From LA.
Yeah, I don't know. La Ronny.
No, it's La Roni.
All right.
Yeah.
What's behind La Ronny?
Well, everyone always asks me, and I guess I'm always disappointing with my answer.
Let's see.
So basically, it comes from because I went abroad when I was 19. The first time I went to Florida, and I met a lot of cool people there. And for me, that was like I always wanted to leave Germany. So for me, that was like break free, going away first time. And I finished my my profession before, so I was really happy, And my friends there, they started calling me Pia Roni. Like Roni was kind of like, it was not just Pia, they were like Pia Roni, Pia Roni. And then everyone started calling me Pia Roni, and some people started calling me only Roni. So that was where the Roni comes from. And then the La, kind of, I just made it up because I was so much in South America and speaking a lot of Spanish, and so I just, at some point I was just like, yeah, La Roni, because sometimes when they speak Spanish they say like, oh, La Pia or La blah blah blah, like as an article.
Yes.
So I just, at some point I was like, oh yeah, La Roni. I was thinking about it myself.
Cool.
So yeah.
It's not L.A.
No, it's not LA. Never
funny.
been to LA, only to the airport. So have you been?
I've been in LA, yeah.
Okay.
I've
Yeah,
been
no.
there. I've been there for 2 months, but not in LA, overall in California.
Okay.
I was there for 2 months. Really cool place. I love it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Maybe I should say I'm LA Roni.
Yeah, LA Ronny. Ronny from the block.
Sounds American. Yeah.
And you're chasing now full time the music. This is your goal in life.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the goal. I mean, now I'm still having a half-time job, so I work with refugee kids. I'm teaching German actually to the kids.
Cool.
So they learn German before they enter school. So they're not sitting there not understanding anything.
Yes, this
So
is
I
good.
try to teach them. And I do this half-time, and then of course I try to do as much music as possible. But I mean, it's a long way. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big journey.
Yeah.
You're a
Sometimes I
very
wish.
good singer as well.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
your
you.
voice is very beautiful. It reminds me a bit of Christina Aguilera. You
Oh,
have this,
thank you.
yeah, there is this full like this.
She's
big
actually my
sound.
favorite. Sometimes I feel like I'm copying her.
Oh, perfect. I love her.
Yeah, I love her too. And actually, the first song I started singing with, like, because, I was so scared to sing for such a long time. And then the first song I started singing with was Beautiful from Christina Aguilera. And I could kind of sing it like her. So my friends made this recording of me singing it. And then they went to people, like, any random people. They were like, hey, I was on a Christina Aguilera concert. I would, like, play the audio. And people were like, oh, that sounds cool. And they really believed
No.
it. And
Oh, good job.
that was our game, today.
Oh, this is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe the people also didn't listen right. But yeah, I love her. I think she's amazing.
This is your favorite song from her?
Beautiful. Oh, no, I don't know. That's hard to say. The album Back to Basic?
No, not so much. I know the hits of Christina Aguilera. I really appreciate her as who she is.
Yeah.
And what is the name of the album? I think the last one I heard it.
The new one?
Maybe. What is it called?
The new one? Army of Me? No, she has probably a newer one. I'm not sure. I listen a lot to her old stuff, like Stripped and Back to Basic.
Yeah, those I did not listen. I did not went deep into her music, but I did heard some podcasts with Christina Aguilera, and she got beautiful energy.
Yeah, she's
I wish she was my mom or something.
Power woman.
Yeah,
she has a son, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very powerful.
Yeah, she's great. Have you seen the movie Burlesque?
No, what is it?
It's she sings in that movie, and she's playing like this waitress who tries to become a singer. So basically all of us. No, just kidding. No, but it's a really cool movie because it's full of her voice basically. Like it's a cool story. So yeah, you should watch it.
Yeah, she's really incredible.
Yeah.
But how many times did you listen to Beautiful, to that song?
Oh God, I don't know.
Did you notice something a bit strange in the
What?
way it sounds in the beginning or the end of the song? There is something that is really obvious, but I think because we don't even look for it when we listen, we don't even notice that it's there.
You mean the instrumental or production wise?
Yeah,
Production wise?
yeah, production wise, yeah, even mix wise.
Wow. Actually, I should listen to it like recently because back then I had no idea of anything. So I just
It's really
the
noticeable in the
strings are very
beginning.
loud, and then like the
Mm.
like in the beginning, when she says like, "Don't look at me."
Well, what happens there?
Do you mean that? I don't know
Maybe,
exactly what you
maybe.
mean. Now I
Yeah.
want to listen to it.
There is, it's really, you notice in the beginning and the very end
Okay,
of the
tell
song.
me, what is it?
Should I tell it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah?
You don't want to look it up for yourself?
Now? No?
When you go home. It's like,
Okay,
I will
I
listen
mean-
to the song now. Where is it?
Okay. No, I actually am curious, so you should tell me. What is it? What is it?
So when you, if you listen and you
Uh-huh.
listen very carefully,
Yeah.
you can hear the lick of the drums groove from the headphones.
Really?
Yes. And it's barely noticeable. But when you listen and you look for it, it's loud. It's like an elephant.
Wow. Like in the beginning and end.
Yeah. Every time
Okay.
she hears, you also hear it closing,
Uh-huh.
you know, because probably they cut the take.
Uh-huh.
So it will not leak the whole way, but you hear it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, no, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
I didn't notice
But
that.
now
at
you will
all.
listen to that with that in mind. And
Now you destroyed the song. Thank you.
and it's funny because the guy who mixed the song is one of the most appreciated mixer engineers.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, it's Christina, you know. So it's,
Yes, his name is Dave. Dave what? Well, shit, it's so embarrassing. I forgot his last name. But he is really legendary one. He's really legendary. He got a YouTube channel and he interviews some mix engineers and he talks about the stuff and what is he doing. And he also talked about the song and he said that this is the best they had.
really.
Yeah, and they asked for better takes, but the production told them that this is what she can record and she cannot have another recording and this is what they need to work with.
Okay.
And this is the most expensive productions, right?
Did he talk about the?
He said that, yeah.
He said that.
He said that. He said that because they could not take another take.
But he also said about the headphone thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, really.
yeah.
He mentioned it.
Of course, it's
Oh,
so
wow.
obvious.
I don't know.
It's obvious.
Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, I mean, back then it was also like how old is that song now? I mean,
Maybe 20 years old.
yeah, at least. So I think it still made it. That's encouraging though.
Dave Pansado, that's his name.
Dave Pansado?
I think Pansado.
I know she wrote
Pascado?
this song with Linda Perry. I know that.
Linda Perry, who is she?
She is a singer-songwriter also, and she wrote that song with Christina. Beautiful.
She's doing a lot of collaborations.
Linda Perry?
Christina.
Christina? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, pop people do that, right?
Yeah. You also do a lot of collaborations.
Yeah, I do that. That's true.
I've seen one video that you did in the theater. How do you call it?
Yeah, Yasha. Yeah.
In Nate's theater event.
Yeah.
That was also a collaboration.
Yeah, I try to do a lot because I think for me, like, I mean, obviously I'm not the biggest marketing pro, but one thing I realized is that it's smart to collaborate with other people because then you have more listeners. Because
Yeah.
two small artists make more listeners, or like even collaborating with someone who's a little bigger than you is great. And also, I mean, that's one side, and then also I love creating with other people. Like, I think it's really fun and very interesting. I think it's a very interesting thing to do, how a person functions, like creatively.
You mean the process they do?
Mhm.
And how they process
Yeah, it's so different. Like,
creativity?
yeah,
Yeah, it's very true. How do you approach it? Or you just go there and see how the person wants to be approached? And then
mostly
you...
actually, I just throw myself in the situation,
Mm.
And I did a few different projects now, and like literally working with everyone was completely different. Like the way how we started doing it, like because no, mostly we started from scratch, you know. We were like, just okay, let's do a song, and then we had a song after 2 hours or three, or like the structure.
Yeah.
That's what I did with like New Places, like my old song, like one song I released, and also with Meet Me on the Way with Yasha. We just met, we talked, and then we were like, okay, let's do it.
It starts like a jam, and then you choose the best parts of it, and you
Kind
choose
of,
you're gonna
yeah.
present it.
Kind of. I kind of show people what I like. So I show them that's the kind of music, that's kind of the direction I want to go. So, for example, I worked with a Brazilian producer, Christian Diaz. I had like 2 songs with him, New Places and Without You. And I kind of showed him like Georgia Smith songs, you know, like R&B, neo soul. And then he just played on the guitar, and I was like, stop, do that again. And that's how we developed things. Like one song was like that, and then another song like Without You, I wrote it, and I just sent it to him. And then I wrote it on the piano. And then he just added stuff, like guitar stuff and drums and strings, and yeah.
And then he played to you the first thing, and you liked it immediately.
I mean, I never like everything immediately. It's always a lot of sending back and forwards.
Yeah.
I guess like now with the digital
Hmm.
world, it's always like, oh, I like it, but could you do it more like that? Da-da-da. Like I mostly liked what he did, but it's always a lot of talking, and like it takes a long time.
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
I noticed for myself, if I bring any idea that I had
Yeah.
and I let someone else do that, I can be very surprised or very disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, thank God I was more like surprised.
Hmm.
Because I always, also when I send something, I try to be very open. You know, if it's a song
Yeah.
that I really want to sound like this and that, then I don't send it, you know, because then I'm like, I already have such a closed mind. I already know that I want the song to be like this, then I don't do a collaboration, you know. But if it's something where I'm like, I have this idea, but I don't find it good enough now, just like itself, then I send it in, let people work on it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And how do you approach your own productions? Do you produce yourself?
Uh,
Do you have someone that helps you channel your production, your
yeah, I mean,
productivity?
honestly, I should. I really should. I want to start. Like I don't think I'm a producer in general. Like I'm always gonna be more like a singer and performer and songwriter. That's what I want to do.
What is a producer?
Like producing in that sense that I produce other people, and I like come in the studio and I record you, and I, you know, that kind of thing. I don't see myself doing that. But of course I want to be able to do like at least really good demos of my song, because now I don't even do that, you know. I'm always letting producers work with me, so I don't really like produce myself.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you do.
Produce you?
Yeah. No, I mean you produce since a long time, right?
Yeah, I do some production from the same reason that I think that it's very difficult to get other people
Yeah.
to translate what I'm feeling or thinking.
Yeah. 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 Definitely.
Yeah, and it's cool to bring other people, also songs that are open, and to see what kind of input they can bring into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes they brings this input that I can never think about,
Exactly.
and they take the song to a different dimension.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm also kind of picky of who I work with. I mean, everyone is probably like, because when you know kind of what kind of style, then you have to find a person that also likes that style and does that style. So that's also even not that easy, you know, to find someone who actually has likes, like you like what he's doing or what she's doing, you know.
You mean to like the producer style?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's it's a research thing, you know.
it's a research. And then the question is, what is a producer? It's That's a huge question.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, there are so many ways that you can think about a producer. You can think about as someone who does R&B beats or something like that.
Yeah.
You can think about like a DJ producer. You can think about Rick Rubin producer. You know Rick
Yeah.
Rubin?
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
basically
That's true, actually.
he doesn't know how to play an instrument.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have Max Martin producer. You know him?
No.
He's the one that wrote "Hit Me Baby One More Time."
Oh, okay.
And like he got the most #1 hits in the world, I think.
Okay.
So he's also producing in a way that he does everything himself. So he recording,
He's
he's
a arranger
mixing.
also and every. Because I feel like arranging is also sometimes things that producer do. Like
It depends, yeah.
kind of composing, arranging, producing. Like it's a line there. I don't know.
Yeah,
It depends a lot.
It depends on the team. It depends on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think producer have many faces. Also, like, what is musician? How would you define a musician?
Oh God. Wow, someone who does music, I guess.
Someone who does music.
That's also very general, so very broad. But yeah, a musician doesn't necessarily has to play an instrument, in my opinion, nowadays. Because I think producers are also musicians. I mean, it doesn't mean a musician is a guitar player or like a singer or whatever. Like nowadays, it's very different.
It's very interesting to ask people on the podcast,
Yeah.
what is a musician?
What do you think?
A musician, I think it's someone who knows how to make music, who knows to master the theory of music.
Okay.
And they know how to use it. I think this is a musician.
Yeah.
Guitarist, it's something else.
Oh, you would say guitarist is not a musician?
I think, I think also someone can be a good musician, but not a good guitarist.
Okay.
And one example is Jimmy Page.
Mm-hmm.
He's an incredible musician, but I think he's, I would not say shitty guitarist, but he's very sloppy guitarist. He got some songs that he plays the solo, and it sounds so sloppy, and for me, it's so not satisfying.
Maybe it's on purpose.
Just a lazy bastard.
Interesting. Okay.
But then you have also guitarists who are not musicians.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look, like I wouldn't say that.
I think, for example, Slash. And also, I might be wrong with that, but Slash, I think, is not a musician. I think he's a pure guitarist.
And guitarist is not a musician, in your opinion? Just a guitarist.
You can be a really good
guitarist.
guitarist.
Guitar is music.
Yeah, but guitar, I think you can know how to play guitar really good, but not knowing any music.
Mm-hmm. So music for you is like the general, like, because I mean, if you can play a song on the guitar, you can play music. So you're a musician. And I mean, maybe a hobby musician, but
Yeah, maybe you can call it like that, or maybe a guitarist.
It's
a deep question.
Conversation.
Let's talk about it more. We have time. We're already 40 minutes in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Does it feel like 5 minutes?
Yeah, it really feels okay. Do people listen so long?
People listen.
Yeah?
People listen and people enjoy.
Okay. They probably listen to it when they cook or like stand in the bathroom.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Listening to Son
get
of a
some
Pigeon.
talking.
I think people get value from this. They enjoy seeing the journey of other musicians.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think most of the people who are listening are just like us, basically. They also try to figure out what's the way
to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a way, to be honest. A way.
No, there is no one way.
Yeah.
There are many ways.
I wish. Because then you could just follow the one way and get there. But it's a lot of possibilities. But one thing I really believe is that when you do it like the duration, like not giving up on what you want to do. Consistency, exactly. That was the word I was searching. I feel like that is the key, I think.
Yeah, you're gonna push yourself until the end of days.
Yeah, I decided that.
Yeah?
I was like, this is what I'm doing until I die. So I'm in there.
Do you have any goals that I achieved something? That this is where I want to be. Let's say I want to perform in this festival, for example.
Yeah, as you mean like small goals and then you kind
Yes. What do you aim for the music?
I mean, for me personally, I kind of would like to do and I will do that. I don't want to say I would like to. I will do I kind of want to do more connecting music with kind of like activism and helping charity things. So like I want to like get more into like art helps organizations, or like, you know, artists without borders, that kind of thing. So I would like to use art to bring some good. I mean, of course, it's nice to get famous or whatever. Like nothing against that, you know. But like in the end, I always wanted to do music to help or improve, or like, you know. I mean, it sounds super cheesy, but make the world a better place, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think that's what every musician experienced in the past. Like you do music because it's good for you, right? Like, I mean, for me at least, it's kind of like therapy. And that's why I write so many sad songs. It's not because I'm a sad person, but I'm not a sad person because I write sad songs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if I wouldn't write sad songs, I would probably be more sad in my normal life. So I think music has a lot to do with healing and um, yeah, just processing feelings and things. So yeah, I kind of want to get more into that.
Yeah, it's a good therapy to do
Yeah,
music.
it's the best.
So interesting when you have a song and you work on it and you really grind the shit out of the song, right?
Yeah,
You grind
yeah,
it from every corner possible.
yeah,
And if it's a bad song, then you know it's a bad song immediately.
yeah,
And it's for me, I realized how important it is to have good messages in the song.
yeah, yeah.
Even not for the people who might listen in the future, but for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm working so much time on those songs.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's influencing you. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I also, there's so many songs that will never see the day of the lights. Like,
Oh yeah, that's for
of
sure.
mine. Like, not because they're bad, but because they're for me, you know? Like, it's not like, it's too personal to share. Because I try to share personal, I mean, I do share personal songs, but there are limits, you know?
Where is the limit for you?
I don't know. I guess when it's like, when it makes me uncomfortable. Because, you know, like, for example, Piano Ballads, it has a few songs that are very sad, like very like dealing with heartbreak kind of thing, or ghosting. Like one song is really about ghosting. And but I kind of packed it in a song that is not super obvious. Like, you know, I played it in
Mm-hmm.
live and people were asking me, so who did you write it for? And one guy said to me, oh, I thought you wrote it for your father. And it was not about my father, it was about my ex. But so I left some room for interpretation, you know. But when I write a song and it's only for me, and like it's because I need to really get this out as clear as possible, then I always think, how much do I want to share? Like, how much can I share without feeling like completely naked in front of like the people I'm singing it, you know?
Yeah, it's scary feeling as an artist to be
Yeah,
exposed.
it is. It is. Like, and I felt like with the collaborations I did, I felt so much more comfortable. Because, you know, first of all, it was not only me releasing it, and it was a collaboration. So it's piece of both of us in the song, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But when you release it by yourself and you know what it is about, and maybe your friends know what it is about, then it's kind of a very vulnerable place to be, I think.
It is, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I also think that people appreciate when someone is being very vulnerable.
Some people do, yeah. Some don't. I mean, some people just don't react, I guess. But
Yeah, some people are numb, that's for sure.
yeah,
But those who really feel it, they notice this stuff.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I that's true. And also, I feel like when you play it live, and like when I play live and I have people start crying, then I know I did something right there, right? Like they felt the song, they felt the emotion.
Yeah.
So that's good. But still, it's like, you know, it's you have to overcome yourself, because, you know, when I go on stage, I know, okay, I'm gonna play this in this song. I know I'm like, okay, I have to go to this place now. I have to go to this place of, back to the place of heartbreak, or to the place of sadness where I wrote the song. And it's uncomfortable, you know? It's uncomfortable to do in front of people. So it's always a step out of the comfort zone to do for me.
And you
So
go there completely to those memories, to those experiences.
yeah, sometimes. I mean, of course, I play the song and I'm not completely there, but sometimes I really draw, like sometimes when I'm live and I'm feeling it, I'm really there. And then I'm getting like, oh my God, like all those emotions again. That's why I also try to write more like songs that are a little more light too, to have both, to not just be
Yes.
at the heavy side of it.
Oh, this is so
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful for
Do you
me.
have that too, actually?
When I go deep into the songs, or
Yeah, that you have songs that you cannot share or like it's hard to share. Like you have to do it, and you have to write them and stuff, but it's not the easiest to perform.
yeah, there are some songs like that, but somehow I kind of developed professionalism towards the
Mhm.
songs.
Mhm.
And I know they're my experiences, and I know once I take them out, I get more vulnerable for sure. But I also know that people might also feel something similar,
Yeah.
and just by me doing that and explaining my experience, it
Yeah.
might help them feeling that, oh, it's okay. Someone else is also feeling that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But that's also, I feel like that's a level of confidence you gotta reach. Like, I feel to say, like, to
yeah,
actually openly talk about why you wrote the song. Like, some songs, I mean, now I actually explain a lot. When I'm live, I explain more why I wrote a song, or like I give some context sometimes. But some songs I don't want to, you know?
yeah. I think I also don't want to explain so much songs. I think
Yeah.
also what I'm writing is pretty much you cannot really avoid it to know
Yeah.
what it's about. It's there.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
need to listen, and if you're bad with English, maybe to read it,
Yeah.
and you will know basically what it's about. But I also love to leave a lot of place for interpretation.
Yeah, same. It's good to have some mystery in it. Like,
Yes, I think the sweet spot is to give as much as information as possible, but also
mm-hmm.
to leave it as vague as possible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's really difficult to
Agree.
do this, but that's the art.
It's the art, yeah. And I think that's also a cool thing because then even more people can relate to it. Because, it's a little broad, or like it has
Yeah.
some room for interpretation, and a person can listen to it and be like, oh, that's for me, because that's my situation. And that person maybe has a completely different situation than you when you wrote it.
Mm.
But it's still for the person. So I think it's beautiful to pack it in a present, like the song.
Yes. That's the power of music. That's the power when you make
Yeah.
good productions and everything sounds good. So the person can just relax, listen to the music, and
Yeah.
then the message that I want to bring to them, they're just more open to receive it.
It's there. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And there is big power in this. I think music and food, they have something that I really enjoy together. That if it's good, you make people feel good.
Food is the best. Yeah.
Yeah. When you
Yeah.
make a dinner for your friends and you put some effort, your friends come and they have this delicious food and they're so happy.
Actually, I don't like cooking for other people. To be very honest.
You don't like to cook at all?
I do, like, if it's
Only
for
for
me.
yourself?
I sound
Why
like
like
an
this?
ego. No, I mean, I think it's just because, I feel like cooking is so personal. Like, everyone cooks like in such a specific way. Same as music, actually.
Yeah.
Like, no, you have to cut the onion like this, or like, no, the tomatoes. I like it when it's like that, and and I don't want to, especially when I'm there, like when I'm like a guest somewhere, and then we're like, oh, let's do a cookout. I'm always like, oh no, because I know they're gonna be so picky about how they want things, and I maybe just don't care. And I probably don't care,
Okay.
And they're like, no, you have to cut the pepper like that. And then I get uncomfortable because I don't know what they want. And I don't care, but they care, So, like, yeah.
No.
So I rather...
It sounds very harsh to cook with those friends.
No. I rather have friends cooking for me, and I just come and watch them.
And I eat, then I take a big poop in their toilets, and then I tell them
Exactly.
thank you very much. It was
I
nice.
entertain them, and that's it. That's,
All right, so it's good to know your approach about food.
Yeah, wow. No, I was very honest, but
Yeah, that's what we like.
but I think my friends, they're cool with that, because I always ask, like, do you need help? And they're like, no, it's fine, because they know I'm not the great cook, So they're like, no, just relax and chill, and I'm like doing that,
All right.
So,
So to my point, if someone makes you a nice dinner or a nice lunch, how does
Yeah.
it feel for you when the food is good?
amazing.
Yes.
I mean, I love that.
Yeah.
I love great
The
food.
music is the same.
Yeah.
Music is
true.
definitely the same.
True.
If there is
True.
good song, we really seem to have the same kind of enjoyment.
Then food. Yeah, true. Actually, it's also when you have good headphones. Like it can
Good
really
headphones is
destroy
important.
a lot when you have like shitty headphones or something.
Oh.
Like it's and then you get good ones and you listen. You're like, wow, the difference is crazy.
Sometimes it's not even a lot of money to invest.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes it's like 50 euros. You can find crazy
Yeah,
headphones.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I used to lose a lot of headphones, so I try to not buy expensive ones because I'm scared to lose them again, and then I'm like, oh, again, waste of money.
You like the in-ear?
No, I have actually. I think I'm the only person who still has, the ones. How do you call them?
In-ear, no?
Yeah, in ear, but like not
the
the
wire.
wireless. I still have a wire. Yeah.
Yeah, I also still have the wire.
Really? Wow, we're so old school. Like, I feel like
It's because I don't have money for the other ones. I'm also a bit afraid from the Bluetooth. People say it gives you cancer and those crazy shit.
Ah, well, yeah. I'm actually more scared of just losing it. Although I know it has this function that if it's in your back and stuff like that.
You can find it. Yeah, there is GPS everywhere.
It's crazy.
When you're connected to this.
It's really crazy. Yeah, I mean, I still walk around with a wire, and I feel like sometimes people look at me and they give me these weird looks, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I can do it.
Yeah, really? You get weird looks because you have wires?
Sometimes I feel. I don't know, because sometimes they have some
new
nuts.
racism.
It's new racism, yeah.
The wired people.
Yeah. And then I see people like couples sitting next to each other, both with their, wireless things, and I'm like, nah, are you having a good conversation? Or like,
yeah, but I wonder if they're listening to the same thing. Can you do that?
I think you can.
With two headphones to one
I think
device?
you can. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah.
It would be nice. Then you have a different headphone mixes.
I think the people who know those things are laughing about us now that we don't know.
I don't think they even listen.
That we don't know that. But I think you can. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I remember as a kid, I tried to have headphones split. So you have like one input and then you will have two outputs for two headphones.
Ah, okay.
And it will always get fucked up after 5 minutes of using. All of a sudden, all the connections became a bit loose and it became a bit like...
Yeah.
It was always disappointing.
Do you also, you probably also had that? Like, I remember when I was a kid, we still had Walkmans.
Well, yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, I had
and
Walkman.
Discman.
Discman I had, yeah, not Walkman.
Yeah. And that was already like the new thing. Like,
wow.
Discman. Wow, my brother has a Discman. And I was like, wow.
Look how much disc he got. And then you see like a book full of discs.
Yeah.
Look at my collection, man.
Actually, I still have some CDs.
CDs are amazing.
Not many, but I can't throw them away,
It's impossible. But they sound good. They sound better than music on Spotify.
Yeah?
The
I don't have a
quality
CD
is
player
better.
anymore. They're just laying around.
Oh shit, yeah. It's impossible to have a CD player.
Yeah. But they're laying around looking cool, so yeah.
What about vinyls? You collect them?
No, I think I mean I actually made a vinyl about my last EP. Like, I made a vinyl and gave it as a present to my sister.
Only one vinyl?
I made 2, I think. Oh, 3 I made. I made 3. So one for my mother, one for my sister, and one for someone else. Forgot. But somebody. And but I don't really... I do like it when people have it, but I don't have one. Do you have one?
Vinyl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one vinyl from Al. Is from a band called Red at Night, and he came here for a podcast.
Oh.
And he brought me a vinyl, which was so
wow.
beautiful.
He brought some merch, basically. No, it's cool. Like, I like the style of having a vinyl. And
yes,
it's cool. But
I have in Israel. I have a lot of vinyls.
Yeah.
All the collection basically is there.
Do you still have your apartment in Israel?
If I have my.
Do you still have your apartment in Israel?
No, I was living with my parents basically, so most of the stuff is still there with my parents.
There. Yeah.
And no, not most of the stuff, just the stuff that I don't really need here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where I'm going to settle. Maybe it will not be in Berlin. I would like
where else?
somewhere sunnier.
Yeah, I get that.
Like
Yeah.
Italy, Portugal,
Portugal.
maybe France.
Portugal. Like South France. Yeah.
Yeah, sunny places.
I
This
was
is
thinking
nice.
that, like, literally, I was thinking a lot about moving to Spain. But then I didn't.
Yeah, somehow we found ourselves in Berlin,
Somehow I'm here again.
whining about the winter.
I was really thinking about moving away. And then I was away. And then I realized how much I miss Berlin. And I was like, oh my God, I miss Berlin a lot.
How many years are you in Berlin?
Wow, it's hard to tell because I was gone so many times. But I came 2019 in September,
Mm-hmm.
like for winter. And that was hard. Like,
Mm.
because I came from Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Yeah, wow,
What-
exactly.
What a contrast.
I came from Tel Aviv. I had the best time ever. And I went to Munich for like 3 months to work and stuff to get some money. And then I went straight to Berlin. And I went to, I finished my studies in Berlin. So I went to this new university in Berlin.
A music university?
Yeah.
All right.
Because they would accept my year in Tel Aviv. So I didn't have to start over again. So that's why I moved to Berlin, basically, because I wanted to have a bachelor. Because somehow I wanted to have a bachelor in music. And then winter came, and I was like, wow. Like, I like, first of all, winter, and then second, in Berlin. Like, oh, God. like, then you find out what depression is, you know?
Yeah, vitamin D, it's very, very, very needed.
Yeah.
Like a big dose of vitamin D every day.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's not sunny, but yeah, go outside in the morning and
just,
vitamin D.
Yeah, and I thought, like, my strategy in my head was like, okay, I'm gonna survive this, and the way how I'm just gonna be so busy that I cannot even think about the weather. And I was just working a lot. Like, I was studying, and then the nights I was waitressing. And after waitressing, I would go to parties. So
That's a good way.
it was actually a good way, but I was exhausted. Like, because then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I was sleeping for like literally 3 weeks straight. Like, I was just sleeping, and became like a new person, I felt so good just sleeping. And
Are you one of
calm.
those people who can sleep 12 hours a night?
I think I can.
You think you can?
Like, I have to be in a very peaceful place to be able to do that. Like, I cannot from one day to another be like, okay, now I sleep 12 hours. No, but I can develop that pace, because during COVID, I slept every night at least 9-10 hours, and I would set an alarm. So I think I could have slept longer.
Wow.
Because I was so peaceful and chill.
This is good life.
Yeah, really. Like, I miss sleeping.
For me, it was only in my late teens that I think I slept 14 hours.
14 is a lot. 14, wow.
It was this weird period of time of my teenaging life. Usually it will be in the summer where there is no school, and then I can just, go to sleep whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
And
it's super hot in summer. So.
It's also super hot, and slowly it's like the clock is changing. I'm starting to be awake more at nights. Then I would go to sleep at sunset. At sunrise, sorry. And then I would wake up towards sunset, and then everything will be the other way.
Yeah.
And in those times, some days of them, just to reset everything, I might be awake for maybe 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, just to reset everything so I can be tired when it's evening, and then I would go to sleep, and I would wake up at
7 p.m. Yeah.
Those were the really nice times. Wow.
Yeah.
There was no worries in my head in those days.
No worries?
No, when you're 15?
Teens? Wow, I had worries when I was 15.
Yeah, what did you worry about when you were 15?
I don't know. I just remember especially when I was 15, I had a really bad time. I don't know. I think hormones and everything.
That's for sure.
It was very sad. I think that's when I started really writing a lot of music. Like, because I think as a child I was very happy, and then I wasn't an unhappy person or something, and I'm not. I mean, but in my teens, I remember when I was 15, I remember a lot of gray winters, and like it was just so cold, and I was just reading a lot. I was reading, like so much.
What did you read?
Mostly novels, and like all kinds of stuff, anything.
Good novels?
Yeah, I try to remember what I read. Also read some, because I'm German, so in our history class we always had to read those books about Holocaust.
Also in Israel, you have to read those stuff.
I mean, I'm
when
sure.
we have one day where everything you can see on TV is Holocaust movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Memorial Day.
Oh yeah,
Horrible.
true. Memorial Day. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so I had to read also a lot of depressing books about that.
Wow. Yes.
So, yeah.
Anna Frank and all this.
That's why we
Holocaust
feel
heroes.
guilty, Like our whole school time, we're like, we have to see those pictures and like talk about it, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to Tel Aviv for vacation, and literally when I was the first time in Israel, I really thought that people would hate me or something, and then everyone was so nice to me, like because I thought the old people would have a problem when I say I'm German. I was always like, yeah, I'm German.
So crazy.
And I was like, oh no, they're gonna hate me because my grandparents killed somebody in their family, probably. Or like,
But
maybe.
probably it didn't. Probably it was very little percentage of the population who actually did those horrible stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just hard to know who it was. Actually, it's not that easy to find it out.
It's not easy, but it was very little percentage. Not that I'm saying that it was good.
No, yeah.
But I think also the majority, the huge majority of the people, they did not even had any idea what's going on. So it was not like people wake up in the morning, oh, another day where we are killing Jewish people.
Yeah.
It was not like that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't think so.
It was pretty hidden, and I think where it happened, it was in very small places. But it was evil as fuck. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. My grandpa, he was also fighting in Russia. And before he died...
He fought, like he was a Russian soldier or German against?
Fought, yeah.
Okay.
No, he was not a Russian soldier. He was German, Romanian, but mostly German. So I remember that when he died, he was just so skinny and like so traumatized from everything. So like I saw him as a child, and that was already traumatizing just to see him, So I don't know, imagining so many things like that in Israel, like in so many families and stuff, it's very heavy,
Yeah.
So in the beginning I really felt guilty and kind of careful, like I'm German and I'm in Israel. But then after a while, like no one was weird, nobody. Like I even felt like as soon as I said that I was German, people were super nice, like even like super nice, like really super welcoming and happy that I'm here, and like I don't know. So I never had any bad experience, and like even I mean when you say to young people that you're from Berlin, you're like extra lit,
Yeah, it's a bonus.
It's a bonus, yeah.
Especially in Tel Aviv.
Oh yeah.
They want to be Berlin in Tel Aviv.
Yeah. I think there's even a club, right, called Berlin or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably there is even more than one club.
Yeah.
It's called Berlin.
Like I don't know how many times people talk to me, like before I moved to Berlin, like talking to me about Berlin. Like just because I said I'm German, I wasn't even from Berlin, I haven't lived there. I was there maybe twice. And they were like, oh, what are you doing here? Like, so much cooler there. And I was like, have you been there in winter? And they were like, no, but I love winter. And I'm like,
yeah, Israeli people don't know what it's a real
They
winter.
don't know what they're talking about. I'm
yeah,
like, no,
the winter there is like summer in Germany.
Exactly. I love the winter there. Like,
yeah, me too. It's
some
nice.
Some rainy
winter.
days and that's it,
Yeah,
like,
you get cozy a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice.
Until you're
it's
sick
cute.
of it and the sun comes out again.
Sun comes out, you can still tan, It's like not winter at all. It's like spring here. Like
yeah.
Good spring.
Yeah, the depressing part about winter is the short days. This is the depressing part.
Yeah, that's true.
This is what is really tough.
That's like at 4 p.m. it's dark. Like kind of.
Yes,
Yeah.
and also when it's like sunrise, it's at 8, sometimes even later. For me, it fucks me up. I wake up super early usually.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's 5:30. Oh, what can I do now? For 2 hours, there is no sun. Should I keep sleeping? Maybe I wake up a bit afterwards. But if I do something, it's still dark. What's going on?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Wow, you wake up super early.
Yeah.
5:30.
It's not 6.
Oh God,
it depends.
that's not a very musician thing to do.
Like, right?
No.
Yeah. how can I be more musician? I need to wake up at least at 12.
Yeah, at least.
At least.
I mean, honestly, if I wouldn't have, if like I remember when I was waitressing and stuff, I was so happy because I got home late, and then I would have still like 2-3 hours doing anything. I would do workouts on my balcony or something, and then like I would go to bed, and then I would wake up at 11. Sun was shining, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, this is nice.
And now it's like 6:30, and I'm like, no, it's too early.
You wake up 6:30 every day?
Yeah.
With the alarm?
Yeah, of course, not by myself. For sure not.
Yeah, for me, I wake up naturally.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did not use alarm for ages. Years.
Wow.
I
Even
don't
if you
use
have
it.
a schedule, like in the morning, you still don't.
Usually, I don't have schedule in the morning. My schedule starts maybe. My schedule starts at 8,
Okay.
but since then, I have so much time.
Yeah, I mean, if you wake up at 5:30, that's
Yeah.
2.5 hours. You can just chill.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Morning time is really important.
Yeah.
It's very productive time. Sometimes I manage to do a lot of stuff.
For
in the
you,
morning.
yeah? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. For me,
Especially
it's
if you have a full-time job, so it's like there is a chunk in the best time of my day that I give it to someone else, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I really don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I try to do as much as I can before it, so at least I have a little bit of brain power.
That's interesting. Because I feel like even sometimes I get up and I feel like I'm so miserable because
Yeah.
I don't want to get up. And I
Yeah.
have like all these I just get mad at
Yes.
everything and everyone because I'm so tired.
Yeah, yes, I know exactly what you
And
mean.
I'm biking and like someone is, I don't know, looking at me weird and I'm like, don't give me that look. That's how aggressive I am just because I'm tired and I want to sleep. So I'm really not a morning person. Like I'm not those kind of people who like cannot talk in the morning or something. They're like, I'm not like that.
You need your coffee in the morning?
I don't drink coffee. Maybe that's the reason also. Like I don't drink coffee.
What is your morning routine?
I'm just trying to get by.
I just wake up, try somehow to scratch myself out of the
I
bed.
wake up, then I make myself a tea, and then I already start the day. Because I try to sleep as long as I can. So I don't have to, like, sleep is very precious. So
It is very
I get
precious.
up, I get a tea, I make myself ready, and I leave. I don't even have breakfast because I cannot eat that early,
I think breakfast is a scam.
Yeah?
It's a scam.
I love breakfast.
I love too, but
I
I
love
think
brunch.
it's a scam. Brunch. Like 12-ish?
No, like
2
early,
o'clock?
like 11.
11.
Yeah. That's my perfect breakfast time, like 10:30, 11. Amazing. But like definitely not 7 or 6:30.
No.
I can't eat that. Yeah.
Usually I have coffee with butter in the morning.
With butter?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Butter.
Like like a bread with butter?
Coffee with butter.
You have coffee with butter?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you take a chunk of butter, you put it in the coffee.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm dead serious. And then I take the milk former. So I mix everything together.
Ah.
And it's
well,
amazing.
I never heard that.
It's really, really good. It's
Coffee
called
with butter.
bulletproof.
It's so
Bulletproof
funny.
coffee.
It's so funny. You drink coffee with butter.
Yeah, it's
Actually
amazing.
in Israel, I met someone who ate chocolate with butter.
Yeah, why not?
She was like, it's the best.
Yeah.
Is that a thing that you guys just love butter?
I love butter regardless to if they like it in Israel or not. And also in Germany, there is the best butter I ever tasted in my life.
Yeah. Yeah? You like the salty one? I love salty butter.
No, this one is natural one. It's specifically where I get it from. It's very difficult to find good butter, but I was very lucky. There is a market in Boxagnerplatz in every Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Like food market, yeah. And
yeah.
there is this really nice couple who sells cheese and butter. And this butter came from happy cows.
Nice, yeah.
And the cows goes to this machine if they want to be milked.
Cute.
Yeah, and then the machine see if they really need to be milked, and then it milks them.
Nice.
So everything is happy, stress-free,
Yeah.
and this is the best butter. I always buy like chunks of 1 kilo.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like the food markets are the best places.
Yes, and this I love to have in my coffee.
Yeah.
This kind of butter.
I get that. It just sounded very weird, like have coffee with butter. It's like I was thinking you eat butter and then
No.
you're like you drink. You're like, that's a good tasty breakfast.
That's my breakfast. Salty butter and coffee.
I don't know. People eat weird things.
Yeah, but it is my breakfast because the butter got a lot of calories. And
It
it keeps me
does.
full for a long time.
Yeah, I can see that actually.
And
Butter
sometimes
is
I eat only in 2 o'clock.
wow.
Or maybe 3 o'clock would be my first meal.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes I would not even eat the whole day. I would do like coffee fasting or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So I will have coffee the day after. And then I might eat dinner and that's it.
Wow. I
Yeah.
can't do that. Like I get hungry after 4 hours.
Yeah, I get hungry also.
And then you just, let's have another coffee.
No, I don't drink coffee so late actually.
Wow.
Sometimes it's very difficult because I really enjoy smoking weed.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes the munchies are coming and
Yeah.
it's like endless, bottomless
But you like smoke
stomach.
to fall asleep or you smoke like just to chill? Or like
I
to
like
be
it.
more productive or whatever.
It depends on the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But I like it. It depends. Sometimes I feel I'm a bit too stressed, and then it's just nice to level me and to
Calm
balance
down.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before sleep, it can be good, but sometimes it can be not so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to feel it.
Yeah.
You like weed?
No.
No.
But I mean I get it. No, I think I just get so tired. And I'm already tired because I'm not drinking coffee, so why would I do that?
Because I'm not drinking coffee.
So why would I do that?
Did you ever try?
Yeah.
And
I mean, not
you just get tired.
like not that many times, but when I tried, it was not like it's not making me more social or more productive. It doesn't do any great. So
yeah, every person is different.
yeah. I mean, I think my drug is actually carrots.
Carrots.
Like I love eating carrots with hummus, and if I don't eat it for a few days, like if I don't have carrots, I
You
actually
have
start
crazy-
craving it. Like literally, like whenever I traveled, like that was the thing I would needed to buy. Like I need to have carrots at some point. It's
the crunchiness of the carrots.
yeah, you have to actually move your mouth to
Yeah.
eat. It's not like
Yeah. It's also a good hack for me when I'm munching and I feel like I need to eat a lot. So I just get some carrots.
Yeah. It's
And
the best.
it's
and
really
like
good.
it also makes you tan. Did you know that?
Yeah, it makes you orange. True.
Yeah. It actually happened to me once. I I did like this crazy diet. It was a very stupid idea, but I did that. And at some point it was winter, so there was basically no sun. And my fingers would start like getting super yellow.
Just
And-
your fingers.
And also my face got like, people would be like, oh, your face, like, did you use some self-tan thing? And I was like, no. And they were like, because you look like kind of weird tan, like yellow tan. And I was like, okay. And then they looked at my fingers and it was even worse, and then they were like, oh my God, you have yellow fingers. And then I looked at the other people's fingers and I was like, oh, it's true, It was because I ate every day, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 carrots, big ones,
And you start to become yellow.
Yeah.
Not orange.
No, like my finger is yellow, my face orange, I think. Weird, I know.
But makes sense.
Yeah.
If you eat beetroot,
Yeah.
if you eat a lot of it,
Uh-huh.
your pee becomes a bit red.
Oh, really?
And also your poop.
Oh, did
Yes.
you try that?
Also with dragon fruit, dragon fruit?
Yeah, I love
So there is the
dragon
red
fruit.
one.
Yeah.
And I remember I ate 2 of them one day. It was so amazing.
I love them, it's great.
Yes,
Yeah.
and sometimes I just want to feel royal, so I pay for them. Just to feel I can pay for them, and now I'm eating royalty.
Yeah.
And I ate 2 of them, and then I remember I took a poop. And the poop was a bit reddish, a glowing red. And
Glowing red. Okay.
yeah, it got this color. It's very unique color.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
it
that's what
freaked me
people
out a
say
bit.
when you like. There's this thing that people say, "Oh, do like an apple juice detox and just drink 3 days only apple juice," and then apparently things out of your body, the things that come out are like crazy green, like green. Like various
poop?
people have told me, yeah,
Becomes green.
like yeah,
Oh.
I mean, you don't really poop anymore because you haven't been,
Yeah.
only been drinking 3 days. But yeah.
And it's supposed to clean you.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't done it, but
I think the best thing to clean ourselves is not to eat.
that's what I think. Only water.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, honestly, Berlin water is really shitty.
Oh,
you know, I realized that, like, my mom, she came the other day and she was like, "Oh, your hair, it used to shine, but now it doesn't anymore." Like, what happened? I was like, "Thanks, Mom, first of all." And then I was like, actually, she's right. And I think it's because of the water.
Yeah, because
in
of
Tel Aviv,
the stone.
it did shine.
It shine in Tel Aviv.
Yeah, and also shine in Munich, but not in Berlin.
It's the stone. That's why I use the Brita for the water.
Yeah, same. I got one now. Because, I don't know, it's just very bad.
It's very bad.
And your skin gets super dry.
Yeah, this is true. It's all the chemicals they put in the water. I think it's like a closed system.
Yeah.
And the water just
circulating. It also
circulating.
tastes like shit. Like, it really doesn't taste good. So, yeah.
I was in a village in North Bayern.
In Bayern?
Yeah, in northern Bayern.
Where?
Mein Spessart.
Spessart?
Mein Spessart.
Mein Spessart. I don't know. Okay.
It's close to Würzburg.
Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice.
So it's maybe 30 minutes with the car there. Really beautiful area. And the water there was amazing.
Yeah.
Straight from the tap.
I'm telling you, in Bavaria, that's different. You know, when I go there and I drink, even in Munich, and they say the water is bad, but believe me, it's nothing like here. Like, I drink the water there and I'm like, wow.
Yes.
This is how water can taste.
In Portugal, I was in my friend's farm and they also had amazing water there. Not in the farm, in the village next to it.
Where were you in Portugal?
It's called Serra de Fuego, something like this.
Okay.
It's close to Coimbra.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe half an hour a bit north, and there is a big mountain over there.
Oh, I love Portugal.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah. I was also thinking about moving there.
Where to?
Like, I mean, probably I would move to Lisbon because I feel like as a musician, I mean, maybe that's wrong, but I feel like a little bit you're bound to cities, you know? Like, unless you're very established. I mean, I don't know. When you're a producer, you can probably be anywhere, but as a performer, I find it easier to live in cities. Although I would like, Peniche, for example?
No.
Like, I love Peniche.
It's a city in
It's
Portugal?
a pueblo. It's like a town,
In Portugal?
Yeah, in
Where?
Portugal. It's like close to Nazaré and Ericeira. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's between those two. It's like a surfer town. And it's so nice. Like, when I was there, I was like, oh my God, I just want to live here. Go to the beach and being good at surfing,
Being good at surfing.
I did surf a few times, but I'm not great.
Yeah, you also have this fantasy to go between the wave when it's crashing down and just do like this with the hand on the water.
Exactly.
And have some dolphins jumping on top of you.
Going to the wave and being like, this is why I'm alive. Then like this music in your head. Yes.
How epic is that to be inside of this wave tunnel and just go.
Wow. And like, I really wonder, because you've seen those videos, right? When you go through the wave.
Yeah.
I really wonder if like actually time stands still when you're in the wave, or if it's just
slow
like
motion.
Yeah,
or it's like oh shit.
It's like wow, or if it's like actually like oh no, it's already crashing.
shit.
Like I wonder how it is.
I never surfed in my life. I have no idea how it even feels. You managed to catch some waves as well when you surfed?
I surfed in Ecuador once, but it was very small waves, so I was able to get up, to stand up.
Yeah.
But it was not like Portugal waves at all. Like
yeah, they have this crazy beach where the waves like 5 meters, no? Something insane.
Even more. Nazaré, it's like the biggest waves in the world.
Yeah.
Like they have competitions there. But I think it's only like in November or something. When I was there was like no waves at all. There was like the wave museum. It was like, great, I can go to a museum and
what is a wave museum?
Like it's a museum.
This is the water from the biggest wave ever.
No, it's basically just like all the big surfers who waved on the Nazaré waves and just interviews of why people surf.
Boring.
Yeah. It's kind of like, what are you gonna do when there's no waves? You go to the museum.
You go to the museum. It sounds very boring.
Yeah.
They can have like a wave simulation area where you go indoor and have waves.
I think they had like big Beamer shows, but not simulation. They didn't have, but like it was cool to watch the videos.
Cool.
And you were like, okay, that's how it can be. That's how it could be.
It's how it can be, yeah.
Yeah.
And you also need like a jet ski to get you through the wave, right? Because you cannot really go there with no speed. You basically will die.
Yeah,
probably.
they get so fast. It's crazy. Like I think people almost died.
Wow.
It's like water is so strong. It's insane. And still it's so fascinating. I don't know. I love water.
Are you water zodiac sign?
No, I think I'm Virgo.
A what?
A Virgo. So I'm
What
Earth,
is
I
it?
think.
Air?
I think it's Earth.
Earth.
I'm not an expert in those
Me
things. Like I have a few friends who are always like, blah, 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 but I don't care. I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Don't stop putting me into boxes, Like, really don't like that.
Boxes.
That's like, yeah, really.
Spiritual boxes.
Yeah, because then they're like, oh, that was so Virgo of you. And I'm like, shut up. That's just me,
Yeah, I think it's so bullshit. It's bullshit, but it's well-made bullshit.
Yeah.
It gets really complex sometimes.
Yeah.
So it depends where you were born, and it depends on what happened in the constellation of the stars at this
Yeah,
very
yeah.
moment. It gives you the snapshot about yourself.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I
bullshit.
don't know. But
I think it might be true in a way, but it's there's so many
Sometimes-
things that are affecting that.
Yeah. I think sometimes, because then they were like, but there are similarities. Look at this and this and this person. And then you're like, yeah, maybe there are. But then also there's so many similarities in so many people.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of bullshit.
We are all the same.
Yeah, we're all humans. We all have the same needs and desires in a way. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and we basically talk the same language.
And
The
then
languages
also
are the
not.
same.
And then sometimes it's so.
Most of the languages came from the same origin. So I would say that at least 80% of them have the same logic.
Although I have to say Hebrew, I tried to learn Hebrew, obviously, because I was there. And for me, I love the language, but it was so hard, because like French, Italian,
What was hard for you?
Spanish. For me, I think the hardest part was that one letter can mean like 3 different vowels. Like it's not like you have to know the word to read it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know the word, you don't know how to speak. Like you don't know if to say O or R or like,
This is the written language. What about the spoken language?
Spoken. I think I picked up on it. Like I could understand a lot, but obviously when you're like a foreigner, you always think people speak way too fast.
Always, for sure.
You're like, I understood that they're talking about dogs, but they're speaking so fast. I don't know if they're talking about a lost dog or like I got a new dog or whatever, So, but I like the sound. I really like the sound of it. It's very like, it has this harshness, but it's still beautiful. I don't know. I really liked it. Yeah.
What about Arabic? You like Arabic?
Hard to say. I do like some, like in songs, I do like that sometimes when they sing in Arabic, it's cool. But there's sometimes some vowels that are a little like I can't copy it, but sometimes I find it a little penetrant, or how do you say, like,
Harsh.
harsh. Yeah.
Yeah, Arabic can be very aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive is a good word. I mean, same as Dutch. I don't like Dutch.
Dutch can be also very aggressive.
I also don't think German is pretty. So
Germany depends where you are. If you think the souther you go in Germany, the aggressive you're.
yeah, you would say that.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Because you have the cha and all this. It's more.
Yeah.
But German in here, let's say in Germany, like Berlin, yeah. It's more like, oh, wir sind Deutsch, ja, alles gut, ja. Ha, ha, ha. But in Bayern, it's like, wir sind Deutschland.
Really? Yeah.
Ich komme aus dem Berge.
Aus Bayern.
Ich komme aus Bayern. And sometimes even the accent is so...
Yeah, the accent is harsh.
That's like true. Less pronunciation and just, throw words.
Although I
to
feel
the air.
like Berlinerisch is also pretty, like,
the original
like
Berlin.
real Berlin people.
Oh, yeah.
that's also hard. I
True.
think like people always say, "Oh, Bavarian is so hard to understand," and then I'm like, "Yeah, but like Berlin people, like actual Berlin people, also very hard to understand."
Yeah, this is very
I
true.
think
But it's very difficult to find real Berlin
that's
people.
true. And Berlin has no Berlin people, so that's the advantage. In Bavaria, they're actually Bavarians. So yeah.
What is your opinion about Berlin as German who lived in southern conservative Bavaria? How is Berlin painted for you?
That's wow, that's a really interesting question because I would say actually I had a bigger culture shock moving from Munich to Berlin than from Munich to Tel Aviv for some reason. Or like even from Munich to South America. Like Berlin really was because I guess in your head you think, oh, it's Germany. I know what I'm going to, and it's just not. Like it's so different. Like I have like kind of a love hate relationship to Berlin because there's so many things I love about it. And there are also so many things I hate about it. Like and also sometimes it's the same things. Like for example, I love that people are talking to you on the street. That doesn't happen that much in Munich. Like people are just like, oh, talking to you, and that's cool. Like you're all like on the same level, kind of. But then also sometimes I just wish they would shut up, like because I don't want people to scream at me, like because then when they get mad, they also tell you, like especially
Are
when
you
you.
talking about those weird drunk homeless people who get
No, not
mad?
only them. Like in
Okay.
general, like you heard the saying Berliner Fresse, like the Berliner Schnauze. You heard about it? It's like the Berlin mouth, kind of.
All right.
It's like they just always speak their mind, if you want to hear it or not. And in Bavaria, people are more reserved, I would say.
This is my thought about like German in general. That people in Germany are more reserved. Also in Berlin, it feels like that sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been biking? Because I feel like when you bike in Berlin, people are really not reserved.
Yeah, there is something about bikers. It's very specific to them, maybe.
Like, I don't know. I think I remember in the first, because I'm always biking. So, I mean, if it's not too far, but I bike everything under 10 kilometers one way, I do that. So, I remember when I came, and of course, I got a bike and I started biking, and people would just scream at me, like, so angry.
Ooh, like just normal people walking in this.
Yeah, people walking,
walkway.
people in cars, like just so rude all the time. I'm like, why are you so angry? Like, it's not my problem that you're unhappy, Like,
and it doesn't happen like this in Bayern?
Way less. I mean, of course, there are also people who get mad and they're more like strict on the rules. They're more like, why are you like driving here? You should drive on the left. Like that kind of stuff where you're like, yeah, you're right, But in Berlin, it's more like, yo, fucking bitch, like, it's my turn. You're like, wow, thank you very much, first of all. Like,
Wow.
like really rude.
I thought it's a German thing. That's how German people are.
Rude?
Angry and...
I mean, not all of them. I think that's what people think, that we're angry and mad all the time, but we're not. Like, we're not. Like, I think just Germans are very strict with their rules. And they get upset when people don't accept it, I think. I guess.
Yes.
But in Berlin, it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of bullshit talking sometimes, which annoyed me. Plus, and also I was waitressing in Munich and waitressing in Berlin, and the difference was huge. Like, the kind of people I had to deal with in Berlin, like, wow. Like,
way more crazy.
Yeah, really. Like, it's just food, in the end of the day. I understand that you're mad that your food is not what you expected. But, like, don't get mad at me. It's not my fault,
Yeah, it's a human thing, I would say. I think it's more common in big cities.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's also just a capital thing. Because people in France, they also hate Paris. So, of course, in Germany, they hate Berlin. They love Berlin, but they hate Berlin, kind of thing. So, I guess it's, I don't know. But there's a lot of cool things, and I could not see myself living in Munich or something, because in Berlin it's just so diverse and so many great things, so much art. Like, I mean, you can hang with anyone, you can get to know people like this if you want. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's also a thing that a lot of people come and go all the time. That's also something that is sometimes a little sad. Like, you get friends and then they move away. I had that a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
But then it's nice because you have some homes in different places in the world.
Yeah, but I have enough of that. Like, I have a lot of friends in the world, so when I want to travel, I have a lot of destinations. But yeah, it's nice to have people in your city too. So yeah, that's the thing, Berlin.
What a place.
Hmm?
What a place.
Yeah. What do you think about Berlin?
It's crazy place. I think just the fact that you can do whatever you want here. Literally, you can do whatever you want here.
Yeah.
As long as you don't bother anyone, you feel free. Go for it.
Yeah.
And I like also that there are a lot of opportunities in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a big city, I think there is a lot of money here.
Yeah.
And it's easier to earn more money. There is always someone doing something.
Yeah.
So you can always find someone who wants to do something that you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I think from the opposite, the fact that I see so many people that I don't know somehow gives me stress
Mm-hmm.
very subconsciously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if I stay longer in the big city, then I will need more time to reset myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes it's too loud. And
Yeah.
you have loudness from the walls and from the ceiling.
Mm.
And you cannot move because down there it's loud for him or for whatever, And sometimes I don't like it so much in the city.
Yeah. Same. Same.
But I like that there is so much. I would love to have also the option just to back off when I feel like.
Same. Yeah. I always thought about having two places to live, one like winter residency
Yeah.
where you can chill in the town and just chill and then get the rush of the summer in the city. Because
Yeah,
I mean, in
exactly.
summer, Berlin is insane. It's
Wow.
amazing.
Yes.
Like always people are like, where are you going for vacation in summer? And I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. Like summer is the place to be at
Yeah.
Berlin. Definitely.
Everything is blooming. There's so
It's
much sun.
amazing. Like the sun, the lakes, like the events, the parties,
rivers,
everything. Like
Parks. Yeah.
like you can do gigs like so much. You can do so many things. Every day is something cool happening. At least one
Yes.
thing. But winter, that's the thing. Yeah.
Winter is rough.
Yeah.
Are you going to perform soon in Berlin? Are you planning tour? You have a band?
Yeah. Well, I have a guitarist who works with me a lot, Jan. Jan Kurfürst. He plays a lot of gigs with me. And then I have a few people that I could call when I get bigger gigs. I've been playing a lot of acoustic things, like especially last summer because I just came from Spain. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it easy, like
Yeah.
because it's easier to organize. Because I actually had kind of a band project, and when I was in Tel Aviv, and it was very exhausting to organize, even the rehearsals and then the rehearsal space and then the gig, blah 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 blah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
So
with the band for sure.
yeah, but I mean, I would love to also play in a band because it's a very cool feeling to have a whole band on stage. But yeah, for now I'm doing like smaller things. Like for example, on Wednesday I play in Prachtwerk, like the 2 song thing, and I played last week in Alhambra, like it's in Prenzlauer Berg. I played for an opening, and then I played on a graduation, but that was private, of course. So I try to keep myself busy with gigs.
That's important.
Yeah.
Show yourself out there.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
people know
definitely.
that you exist.
Definitely.
And you also signed up for the contest that Matan and I are making.
Yeah, true.
I did not listen to the song. I think I would like to listen to all of them once we and
Yeah,
Matan
that's
are
good.
meeting. And I think I also would like to maybe just to write some different names on the song so we will not know which belongs to which.
That's cool. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should do that to be completely like open. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. No
Yeah.
biases.
Yeah. How did you come up with the idea for the song contest?
It just made sense.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you had the idea or your friend?
I think both of us came with the idea. We thought we want to do something because we have the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love Matan. He's a very serious guy. And also the way that he's been managing himself, it's very inspiring for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, we thought what we can do, what we can help, and how we can support the community.
Cool.
So I have my skills. He got his skills. Let's see how much those skills are valued.
Yeah.
And then let's see what we can do with that.
Yeah.
It was mostly to see who would be interested in the contest and
And are you like happy with the feedback? Or
So
like
far, I think we have for this moment maybe 6, I think, entries.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is not bad for the first contest with people that no one ever heard about them.
Yeah.
But I think maybe in the last week people will push a bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always like that.
It's always like, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Wait, when is the last week?
It's now the last week
Oh,
until
this
the
week.
26th. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, on the weekend it will be completely finished.
Nice. Yeah, cool. I think it's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, because I'm just in Berlin since, I mean, it's almost a year now. Oh my God. But 10 months. Like, I came back because I was in Spain and the Dominican Republic last year. I needed a break of Berlin. So I didn't really know about this whole community. And then I actually realized it's funny because once you are in like a scene, like singer-songwriter or whatever, metal scene or hip hop, it's actually not that big. Like, it's always the same people.
Yeah.
So, and I always thought, oh, Berlin is so big and so many people. But now I actually realize it's always the same faces, always the same names. And
It's
I'm
always
like,
the same.
okay, like,
Is
yeah.
it disappointing?
No, like, it's just, actually, it has something nice because you feel more like in a town than in a city.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I'm like, am I in the right scene? Like, is there an even crazier scene somewhere that I don't know about? Like underground, like
Crazier underground scene that no one heard about it.
yeah, who knows? Because I know the city has a lot of surprises. So
Is that what you're looking for? For some underground crazy shit?
yeah, I think I would like
But
that.
what is the underground crazy shit? What do you imagine there?
I think like I mean recently I researched some sessions like just where like out of nowhere you have the craziest music experience. It's not like just a person playing a song like woo, but like just crazy jam sessions where you're like, wow, this is actually insane. This
It
is
happened to
so
me. It
good.
happened to me once. It was the most bizarre experience I had in Berlin.
Where was it?
It was maybe 4 years ago. I went to Boiserstrasse
Uh-huh.
and I went there because I had a dealer. He had good weed and he was a cool dude. So I went there
Uh-huh.
and I bought the weed. We also did a joint, so I was pretty stoned.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went for the bus to go back home. And it was something with the buses, something with the routing. So they changed the stations.
Mm-hmm.
It was Ersatzverkehr.
Yeah.
And
We all know that word.
oh yes. So the train station was not there, and I was waiting in the normal one. And then a girl came, and then she thought like, oh, maybe it's not. There are no buses. So we went to the Ersatzverkehr bus,
Mm-hmm.
Busstelle,
Mm-hmm.
Busstelle,
Busstelle, yeah.
and we just started to talk and like, oh, what she's doing? She's doing some theater, and what I'm doing music. And then she told me, oh, I'm just going for a jam session next to Boserstrasse. Maybe you want to join me? And I thought,
Uh-huh. Cool.
oh, this is weird. What kind of place can you make next to Boserstrasse? There is no place to make music. Yeah, but somehow I was very open for this, so I went there. And then, like, you know Boserstrasse? You know this area?
I've been there, but no, not
So
exactly.
there is a big bridge, and then if you go from the bridge towards the like center of Berlin,
Yeah.
then you have like a Döner place, some bakery,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have a one road that goes basically down to nowhere. It's
Mm-hmm.
like just one road with some big commercial buildings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And somewhere there in this corner, when you go left to go down to this road, somehow there was some gate, and she went through the gate.
Nice.
And then you go down into some stairs into darkness,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
slowly you hear like boom.
Uh-huh.
And the more you get in, the more you hear more frequencies than just
Nice.
the bass.
Yeah.
And then she opens the door, and I see like someone playing a fucking sitar
Wow.
in the middle of the room, and there's someone playing on the drums and someone on the keys, and it was such an epic jam session.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
in the middle of life without any preparations.
So nice. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I want to.
That's what you want to have.
Yeah, and like also a lot of variation.
You need to start smoking weed then.
I think I just need to like go to jam sessions in the night, because now I can't really do that because of my job. I cannot go to jam sessions that start at like 10:30. or something at night.
But you don't work a full-time job, right?
No, but 30 hours.
Ah, is it every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
So you start early and you finish early.
Kind of, yeah. But like I feel like a lot of really cool jam sessions, they start very late. And I feel, I mean, at least what I saw, and I think I just want to like have a new inspiring music experience, like just having some really crazy people doing like playing some crazy instruments and like just what Berlin is known for, like just so much diversity. I kind of want to see that.
If anyone hears that and they know any good crazy jam session,
yes,
contact
please.
Pia.
Yes, please.
La RONY.
La RONY, exactly.
Search, invite her.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in crazy times in the night.
No, especially when it's like 7 p.m. That's perfect.
7 p.m.
Then everyone's like, no.
Yeah, it would be nice to have like a weekly jam session that starts in normal time, 5, 6.
Yeah.
You just play, you continue.
Yeah, and then you can still have a great day tomorrow,
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Old people.
Yeah.
This is how we know we get old.
Yeah. Sorry, I really need to pee.
Yeah, I want to ask you about this.
I'm sorry.
Would you like to continue or would you like to wrap it up?
No, we can continue.
We can continue.
But I have to pee if you want.
Pia needs to pee.
Okay, sorry.
We go to pee. Now we're back.
Back in the game.
Back in the motherfucking game.
Yeah.
What is the game of music?
Oh, God.
What is the game?
It's the game. Being excellent, touching people, making people laugh, making
touching
people cry.
Where?
Yeah, okay. Depends on the music, of course. You tell me.
It's a good question.
Right? It's not easy.
Being excellent. What is being excellent? I think 70% plus is really good. It's really good. If you get 70% good,
yeah,
you're really on a good path.
Yeah.
You don't need to beat 90%.
But I think it's also very subjective. Like, because a lot of people like a lot of different things. That is encouraging and discouraging at the same time.
What we can do.
Yeah.
Everyone can see how they want to see that.
I mean, are you critical towards yourself?
It depends on what.
Like in your music?
It depends on what. If it doesn't sound good, then yeah, I'm very critical.
Yeah.
If I cannot hear the kick kicking me in my face, and I don't feel the bass vibrating my belly,
then something's
I'm not
wrong.
satisfied. Yeah, I would like it to be really on spot. I would like you as a listener not to make any effort.
Yeah.
It's like I'm giving you a good, easy experience. You just sit there and relax. And then you download my craziness into your head.
Yeah. You know those songs that you can't get out of your head and you're like, I really don't like this, but it's just stuck there,
That's my point. That's what I want to have. That's my goal.
Yeah. Yeah. But you want people to like it, right? You want people to be like, it's a good song and I have it stuck in my head. Or you're like, it's a shitty song, I have it stuck in my head.
I don't care as long as it's stuck in the head.
Okay.
Because in the end, if someone hears your song and he likes it, it pays the same if someone hears the songs and he hates it.
Yeah, like money-wise, yeah.
As long as they pay for me and I can continue making music, they can hate it.
Yeah.
They can even have a big parties and they can make fun of this music and play it again and again and again and again and tell how ridiculous it is.
And you don't care?
No.
Cool.
And they can play it again and just laugh. And if I entertain them, that's what I'm doing. No, I'm entertainment.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. There's some sounds in the walls.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, do you have mice, maybe?
Could be. Yeah, sometimes there is sounds like something is walking, running.
Because I'm kind of traumatized. I have mice in my house. And they were in my kitchen.
They were outside?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw one.
So cute.
That's not cute.
That's really cute.
Like, it's cute when it's outside. But it's not cute when it's in your kitchen, Like, pooping next to your plates. They're cuter things, Like I was.
How many mice did you have?
I don't know how many. they come now and then, and now we're gonna build something that they cannot come through the hole anymore, because there's obviously a path where they come through. But it was more scary than I thought, because I like animals, but it's different when you have them there and you always have to put your garbage out right away, because otherwise they'll come, and then it's just super loud, you're like sitting in your room and then it's like, and you're always like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to sleep here, like.
I would bring a cat.
Yeah, maybe I should have done that. I mean, I don't have a cat.
It would be funny.
Yeah. Maybe we should wrap it up.
I think we should wrap it up.
It's been a long time.
Yes. Yeah, and it's also quite late. I think it's late. It depends on the time when we woke up. But it's 30 minutes past 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, it's super late. Time for bed.
Super late. It's time to change our diaper and go to bed.
Yeah, exactly.
And then tomorrow we wake
change our
up.
diaper.
We put our teeth back on.
No, right? You don't have kids.
No. I ate them.
You hate kids.
I ate, not hate. I ate.
You ate kids.
Yeah. Babies. Usually I eat babies.
Mm.
Yeah. I think it's really time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We're also going to play some songs. So I'm going to accompany you on the guitar. Would you like to share a little bit on the songs?
Yeah. Oh, on the songs. Yeah. Which songs did I tell you? When I Look at You and Without You.
Without You, it was one.
And When I Look at You, I think.
Can be.
Yeah. I send you like simple songs so we don't have to practice a lot. Yeah, so When I Look at You is a song that I wrote for my brother when he got married. So it's a cheesy love song. But I played it at their wedding and it was very touching and like we all cried, that kind of experience. So it was very nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and it was one of the songs that came very fast to me. When you write and you can write a song so fast and some songs take so long.
Yeah.
So it was one of them, like I wrote it maybe in 20 minutes or something, it was done. And then the other song, Without You, is, I originally wanted to call it With or Without You, but there's U2, so maybe not a good idea because U2, With or Without You, is so famous, so so I called it Without You, and it was basically, oh god, how deep do I want to get into this? I wrote it basically about I met someone and we were very in love, and then I guess I was always thinking, is it like with you or without you? I wasn't sure in the end if it's gonna be with or without him, and in the end it was without him. So that was kind of the song, what it was about. Yeah.
We're gonna play this.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for listening. And thank you, Pia, for coming.
Thank you.
Find her on Spotify, on Instagram, on Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah.
Also
on YouTube I'm very small, but yeah.
Yeah, so make her bigger.
Yeah, please.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Sound of Pigeon Podcast. Sound of Pigeon Podcast.
Sound of Pigeon Podcast. Cause I got it from the way you're talking, and I heard it from the sound of your voice. Oh, I go back to where I was before, and you go back to where you were before. I adapted. Oh, you went back to what you know. And if I just say, oh, maybe it's better this way. And if you ask me, yes, I will find my way with or without you, with or without you, with or without you. I found my way. When you left, I was speechless for a while. When you left, I was peaceless for some time. You go back to where you were before. I go back to where